too. He's more relaxed with what we're doing. He's more confident in what we're doing, and teammates do a good job of finding him. Blackwell found him once from the paint, inside out, from one of his threes. So I think just you're seeing the growth of a player in year 2.
You said you wanted to see more of those late clock situations. Were you happy with what you saw when John was able to kind of run the clock out at the end of the first?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into more of that here over the next few weeks. We haven't intentionally dove into intentional late clock things. Everything that happens today, I want to see who can make plays. You know, who can score, who makes good decisions. So I think we have multiple options.
As far as your point guards go, anything you had Cameron and Daniel together, what stood out to you there with those guys and even Kamari too?
Yeah, I think you look at which team touched the post the most, which was the Red. 36-12 in paint points differential. So that's something we'll talk about with the white group, especially the white team. But they didn't throw it inside here as much as what the Red group did, or drive it to the rim and finish with some efficiency as a red group did. And that's some of that Blackwell, some of that's McGee getting in the paint, and obviously the ability of Crowell to establish himself.
Kamari McGee and John Blackwell were playing together on the red team. I'm just curious what you like about their combination in the backcourt.
I think you want to play multiple ball handlers together. 2 if not. I'd like to have 3 out there all the time. So I think for the most part they made good decisions. I think they only had 4 turnovers as a team. So it's from that standpoint, there's a lot of things we got to get better at. But I like a lot of things they do. They're both confident. You can see how Blackwell's confidence has grown in year 2 and how much more mature he is. And he knows where his shots are, where his sweet spots are, so to speak. And he does a good job of getting to those.
Is it one of those, where you got Johnny, you see he's defending bigs, he's defending guards, and is this kind of show?
Who's that? Yeah, he's got versatility. He can play multiple positions, and he can guard multiple people. I credit him for playing. I think he slept 2 hours last night. He was up all night with the flu or food poisoning or whatever he has. So I just give him credit for going, because not everybody would go and play after what he's gone through for the last 24 hours.
Steve seemed down with again. I guess that's consistent every single practice.
Yeah, it's really reflective of the guys that throw them the ball, and I think the red group knew that let's play through him early, and he's such a willing, unselfish passer too, and so I like what I see from him. We got to get other guys. I got to have more post presences other than just Steve.
How would you just evaluate how these 3 transfers and a couple of your freshmen who made play minutes this season have kind of been brought along with the cohesion? Looks like these guys are playing together really well for a group of guys that haven't really been together on the floor.
Yeah, I think the adaptability of players in today's era is pretty smooth. They play on so many different teams, so I don't. It'll take a little bit. They've all been up and down. There've been days when they're really good. There's been days when they've struggled. So that's the normalcy. Jack Robinson, this is the best he's played in a while, but he got open, he got some confidence going. I thought Freetag did some good things as well. So we're a work in progress yet. And I think Xavier has played better than what he did today, and that's the benefit of turning the lights on and having people in the stands. Is you see how people react, and whether there was nerves or jitters but it's good. There's a lot of firsts, even whether they're a transfer or a freshman, that they have to go through.
Last year, you knew you had offense, you knew defense would be the challenge. Do you feel one side of the floor you're better at right now?
We got to get better at both. Yet, we still got work to do. There's things we do well. We did well yesterday. We didn't do well today, and that's been the case every day. And then we just get more consistent on both ends of the floor, and having more guys do that more consistently. And there's been a core group that's really kind of poked their head up, so to speak, and separated themselves. And now we've got to, keep pushing forward and help those other guys continue to move along.
What did you think of Ricardo's behind pass?
Well, I like that better than the back door he threw in about 4 red jerseys.
I know some of it's necessary when you cut your roster in half. There's a lot of Nolan rotating between the 4 and the 5. Do you imagine that kind of hybrid role for him this season?
It potentially could happen. I mean, it really depends on his development. It depends on the development of other guys. It depends on lineup combinations we have, not only for us, but what we have to guard. You know, if we're playing a little smaller, we'll see how that. If we have to play an opponent that's smaller, we'll see how that works. But I just want him to get better, right? Not whether he's playing the 4 or the 5, just keep getting better. He shows signs of it. He's got to finish better. You know, that'll be a point of emphasis, as it has been, you know, as we go forward in the next 4 days before Northern Iowa. But you know, he's coming along. He's trying to do the right things, and now it's a matter of, you know, taking that next step in year 2.
You could have split this, you know, the teams up however you wanted. Were there some certain matchups you were just kind of intrigued to?
Yeah, we actually played this same 2 teams yesterday, and it was like a 1-point game. So we thought they were relatively even. Yeah, it's a matter of the Red established the paint early with Steve, and then we were able to knock down some shots. Thought the White turned the ball over a little bit too much early. They settled in a little bit later. Plus, we able to make more shots than what he did. But you know, we mix and match them all the time, and give different combinations, and see how people respond regardless of what team you're on. Who can get their team to perform?
Is Northern Iowa who you're scrimmaging close?
What's that?
Is Northern Iowa going to be your close scrimmage?
Yeah, next Saturday night.
Yeah, you're only one this preseason?
Yeah, we're only allowed 2. We're only allowed 1 exhibition and 1 scrimmage, or 2 scrimmages, or 2 exhibitions. Just 2 events. I wish we could do more. We need to do more. We need to play somebody else. I mean, these guys know each other so well. Not only what we're doing, but they know everybody's tendencies. So it's time for us to play. And that'll be my next quest with the NCAA, is to try to have more opportunities to, you know, play 3 or 4 outside competition events, whether they're scrimmages or exhibition games, whatever. We need to see, specifically with the season being longer. You know, the initial rule was October 15th is when you started practice, so those 2 outside competition events made sense. Now we have 3 more weeks of practice, and we need to, for us to take steps forward, we got to see some other competition and get tested in some different ways.
Got Max Cosman here, so last one.
Good.
Northern Iowa's here, or are you going out there?
No, we're actually going to meet them halfway. So
Undisclosed.
undisclosed, yeah. It starts with a P and ends with an E.
Could I get one last one?
Sure.
So this is more of a general question. What would you say is like your favorite trait in a player, and how does that like contribute to like your brand of play?
My favorite what?
Trait, just like working hard, or like.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't play hard, you're not going to play for us, you know. So I think that's one thing this group has. You know, we're still establishing identities on both ends of the floor, but this group has competed and played hard every day. I haven't had to coach effort, which always is a good thing. It allows us to work on other things that are more important than spending our time coaching effort. So how hard they play and how hard they compete every day is helped us get to this point. All good? All right, you got Claire over here. Thanks, Coach.